Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not saying this will definitely happen. There is a chance that Biden could face criminal charges or indictment after his tenure in office. Reason being is you have Hunter, the business deals, the emails of the New York Post broke and investigated, the journalism from the New York Post we couldn't read about because Democrats, media, and Twitter officials worked together. This is within the Twitter files. We know this to be a fact now. So everyone's the obvious scenario that we were all witnessing for the past 2-3 years, we saw that now with the Twitter files as reality. We knew it was taking place, but we needed the evidence. We have that evidence now. The Twitter files showed not only coordination, but gleeful and enthusiastic work between government agencies and Twitter officials to silence and suspend the New York Post and 250,000 plus conservative and Republican accounts. Okay, if the shoe were on the other foot, Democrats, media, wonderful, morally superior, highly educated liberal Democrats would never stand for it. But, just following rules, that's the rebuttal. Anyway, the point is, you have a prosecutor, Robert Hur, a former Trump-appointed federal prosecutor and former top Justice Department official, was a rapid decision from Garland to insulate the department from possible accusations of political conflicts or interference. Now, this is the Guardian, Trump appointee named special counsel in Biden paper investigations. Biden papers investigation. I love the lack of any the lack of any sensationalized headline. If it was Trump, classified data, mishandling of classified data. With Biden, papers, missing papers. Well, I mean, what can you do? It's tough to, the papers were missing. Anyway, you have a Trump appointee. That is important because a special counsel has autonomy. Also, so complete autonomy. Also, if you say, well, it's never going to happen, nothing's ever going to happen. You have Democrats who want they want a different nominee. Why aren't I 50 points ahead, you might ask? Is the number one person in 24, not Joe Biden. They want reasons to choose somebody else. I explained that it could have been a Trump informant, but it could have been a Clinton informant or somebody. It wasn't just his attorneys that just found the classified within 3 days. Does that make any sense? None of this makes any sense at all. They spent an entire year shielding him from the New York Post and the obvious graft and potential bribery schemes that are within those emails. How can you use your influence on the company's behalf? 150 financial transactions. I mean, you have to be a complete imbecile not to realize, obviously, that they were selling access to the United States government. You need to read the emails and also look at the financial transactions and the bizarre billion-dollar deals and the hundreds of millions of dollars. So you don't have that with Eric Trump or Donald Trump or Jared Kushner. You'll have business deals, but you won't have emails, and you won't have this bizarre behavior where the people giving money always get preferential treatment, just like with the foundation. Speaking of Bill and Hillary, they benefit the most in the Democratic Party from all of this. Just ask yourself, see, the media does not want anyone, or America's political establishment does not want anyone, and the pundits on the left especially don't want anyone, not a soul, to discuss who benefits politically from these events. Who benefits financially, politically? So obviously, Trump benefits tremendously, but the entire system is leveled against Trump. So in this case, if he has to benefit, fine. But who really benefits? Obviously, adversaries within the Democratic Party. You saw what they did to Bernie Sanders. They're not above doing that to other Democrats or other liberals or other people on that political side. Bernie Sanders, to this day, has not acknowledged he was cheated. Do you understand the level of treachery within the Democratic Party? And that being said, if you're a Democrat, socialist, communist, Republican, Trump Republican, left, right, center, God bless you. Thank you for watching this channel. Doesn't matter where you are, left, right, doesn't matter where you are on the political spectrum. I want you to have a beautiful, safe, happy, joyful, prosperous 2023. And I want all your dreams to come true and just be happy and confident and awesome and wonderful and just experience endless joy and happiness this year. And I thank you for watching. That being said, hit subscribe to this channel every day, 8 a.m. and 11 a.m. Every morning forever at 8 a.m. and 11 a.m. on H.A. Goodman. Hit subscribe to my super thanks. People are giving super thanks. $1, $2, $5, $10. What? You know what? Thank you. Anything you give in the super thanks, I thank you very much. Also, Patreon. To my new Patreons, I cannot thank you enough. I cannot thank you enough. Your Patreon support is greatly appreciated. Go to hagoodman.com also to read my writing in The Hill, The Huffington Post, Salon, The Jerusalem Post, The Federalist, and other publications. The autonomy of a special counsel is one reason why it is possible. One reason why it is possible for Biden to eventually be charged. Maybe not immediately, but gathering enough evidence that the classified data was removed. Okay, you don't need intent. James Comey introduced the issue of intent. You don't need intent. There are people in government who were prosecuted and served prison time without nefarious intent. You don't need intent. The Honorable James Comey introduced that because there was obvious intent in owning servers. How do you own servers where you siphon top secret intel onto them, according to Comey, without intentionally doing so? It is not even possible to do so. It is impossible to do so. It's not even feasible from a cyber perspective. It is not possible. It is impossible. It's mission impossible. Like the sitcom and the movie. It's mission impossible. But they did it. And they did it. So, okay. That they made a mockery of classified data. But the point was it criminal? And when you have Hunter and a laptop and emails and money flow and pay to play and possible bribery schemes and possible graft, you're doing these deals and you're making a lot of money and you're promising people access to the U.S. government somehow, preferential treatment. And this is something that Democrats have done since Tammany Hall. It's called honest graft. When you couple that with classified data floating around, and you have to understand, everything the vice president touches is classified. But he has to read. So in terms of Biden, he didn't have the power to declassify like Trump. Okay, but everything he touches is classified. But he has to read the documents. And he's going to Delaware. He's going to D.C. He's going to... How they got at that office, I don't know. But if he's just leaving classified data everywhere, that could be a crime. And it could definitely be a crime if Hunter has classified data. So, which is possible also. He could be visiting Hunter, leaving a classified document, and guess who gets the classified document? Any one of the wonderful people hanging out with Hunter. So this is the honey trap times a billion. It's not difficult. But then again, Democrats, there's a great deal of hubris and arrogance. Nothing's, we run everything. Well, you have a Trump-appointed special counsel now. So, Robert Hur, a former Trump-appointed federal prosecutor. So, there is a level of autonomy, people. Don't think that, nothing's ever going to happen as Biden, because he's a part of the DOJ in name only. Just like McCarthy is a speaker in name only. De facto speaker is Matt Gaetz and others. So, A special counsel is completely autonomous. Okay. And the interesting thing is, they formed a special counsel after the FBI found nothing with Mar-a-Lago. So they're like, oh, what do we do now? Special counsel. With Biden, it's worse, much worse, politically and legally, because they don't know how much classified data is floating around. Okay, they're not finding classified records in Manhattan or, in like places around the world where Trump has his hotels. They found 2 different locations with Biden, and that's within 3 days. So, hit subscribe to this channel, ladies and gentlemen, right now. He could face criminal charges eventually, even when he's out of office, if they produce enough evidence showing that crimes were committed or that people other than Hunter had access to that classified data, or people other than Joe had access. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe. Or even if Hunter had access, give me your thoughts below. Be here today for the live stream at around 5 p.m. Pacific. And this is all very interesting and all very hard to believe. Give me your thoughts. Thanks, everybody. Be here for